Okay, good morning, good morning. It is October 31st. It's Halloween. It is currently 73 degrees, and it's going to reach 81 degrees today on a very rare but warm fall day. Um, it's it's sunny. It's sunny outside. The bees are very active. I'm looking at the water station. There's a lot of ladies flying out. The bird bath is a busy, busy place. I also left over some leftover remnants of sugar water that I used to feed their hives and then couldn't get it all out because it's thick. So I left it out for the ladies to clean up next to the water station. And so they're having a good old time with that. We went from overnight freezing temps to suddenly a rare fall warm day. So this might be the very last day I get the opportunity to go in and check out the ladies, like actually check them out. I'm not going to do a full inspection or anything like that. I did that a month ago, which was the last time actually over a month ago. That was the last time I went into the hive. So it's been an entire month plus since I've actually gone in to look at the ladies. But they seem to be very active and happy. I noticed their pollen intake slowing down, which is probably normal for this area. We don't have too much in bloom right now. And as I understand it, hi. As I understand, I know. As I understand it, the queen is starting to slow down with laying eggs, so they're not going to need with brood, so they're not going to need too much pollen these days. But we're going to go in, make sure they have enough food stores. Rocket, my pup here, is checking out the bees. They're flying around me. Um, as I said, I'm not going to take too much a part of their hive. Just going to make sure that everyone's doing healthy, everyone's good, which I think they are going to be. Sharon's hive likes to leave her dead on the other side of the follow board instead of carrying them out. So I bought this fun little nifty vacuum that I'm also going to use to suck up my garden pests too. And I'm going to vacuum out her dead because I know since it's been over a month since I've checked on her, she's probably going to have a lot of dead because they haven't figured that part out. So that's one goal that we have today. If I get the chance to remember, Carol's hive has actively all year long had it in their brain to try and dig under the middle door. I tried to stop it up with some propolis, and from the outside, they sort of chewed off the propolis, and they're still trying to dig underneath the door. So I don't know how to discourage them from doing that. I'm gonna maybe from the inside stuff it full of propolis. And maybe I can get them to stop digging under the door. So that's an option. I'm also, let's see, I got a little checklist here with my bee journal. All right, let's see. I started feeding them 2-to-1 October 15th because we had some cooler weather and I wanted them to focus on brood. And I think they did just that. I insulated the hives on October 27th with a wool pillow, but prior to that, I did put some insulating sheets on top, and you'll see them when I go into the hive. Just to help with the cooler weathers, because like I said, we had some freezing nights, and I think that actually really helped. I'm also going to change the oils in the oil trays. I took a look at the oil trays, and due to a lot of like wax cappings being caught in the oil trays as they drop through the screen, there seems to be like a lot of mold in the oil trays. It's looking kind of grody. So we're going to change out all the oil trays in all of the hives. So we're going to give them fresh oil, get out that nasty stuff in the oil trays. I do want to mark the frames somehow so that I know what year I started those frames with, so that I know at a certain point I need to like cycle them out or do something with them for the biome health of the hive. So I want to mark what year those frames are. Vacuum out the dead, check food. I think that's what we got going on today. And just overall making sure they're healthy. This is kind of a long intro, sorry. But it has been over a month since I've been in there. I'm also getting over a cold, so hopefully I don't cough a bunch in the mic. I know. Look, it's okay. I will say the plan is this Sunday, which is the only opportunity I have for my schedule, to do this. I'm gonna do a OA dribble on Sunday. I'm gonna go in. So this is the last day I get to go in and check because it's warm. Sunday's gonna be cooler. They're gonna be clustering likely a little bit, and I'm gonna hit them with the OA dribble and close it up. And that'll be the last time I go in to the hives all winter long. That's it. The season's over after Sunday. Um, the only thing I'll ever go into the hives for is just to open the lids, check their food, and close back up. I won't actually go into the hives. So there's so many bees flying out here. Anyways, let's jump in. The bees are extremely active today. It is probably the last warm day that they have. Good gracious, did you hear that? All right, I need to make an off-season chore to clean these gloves because they need some help. I need to figure out how to clean these gloves. Look at this. That's terrible. Hi, ladies. Hi. They are very active today. Hopefully I can make these, I don't want to call it an inspection, checkup, because I'm not really going in. It's not like I'm doing anything hardcore on them. I'm hoping not to even like break up that many frames, to be honest with you. I just want to look at them. In front of Carol's hive? Oh no, I didn't take my phone out of my pocket. I gotta get it. Let me show what the ladies look like. There we go. Carol looks very gentle today. They're just kind of like flying, hey, all over the place, all over all the hives. Just sort of resting at random areas and just sort of, yeah, taking it in. Look at this little mischievous lady right here. I hear them. I can hear them chewing. You see that? Ugh, hate that. All right, if there's ever a day that I was going to be worried about robbing, today would be the day. So we're going to be quick, and in a hurry. I don't want to puff these ladies too much because they're just chilling. I'm going to give them a little puff. Little puff. Let them know I'm coming in. I'm sure it's actually very warm in there because of the insulation also. Come on. There we go. This is the little insulation I have going on. This is a canvas pillow. It has raw wool inside of it, unprocessed, and let me tell you, it smells. It smells like a sheep. Straight up sheep. There's no doubt about that. So this is just like the thin little insulation I had sitting on top to start with. For those colder nights that we had, there's no popping. I've had a few of my hives with the boards buckling and popping, and Carol's Hive hasn't done that yet, and I say yet because I have a feeling they might. This is what's left of their 2-to-1 feed. I'll show you. When I come out here and I look at them to check on their feed, I always kind of just peek through this little cup up here and watch them for a bit. See if I can see any phoretic mites. But they always just look super healthy and happy and active. And this feed I had in here like a few days ago, and they're still working on it, so they're not like totally sucking it down, you know? Oh man, got so many boogers. It's that time of year when my kids, or my one kid that's still in school, brings home all the colds. Don't see a lot of ladies over here, which is great. Couple ladies hanging out. Hi. Hello, cutie. You're like, what's going on? Why is the roof open? What's happening? I'm just coming to check it out. Check it out. We got a mortuary bee, a cadaver bee. They do sometimes bring their dead on this side of the follow board. Seems like on all the hives. I don't know why, but they do. None of this should be glued down because the follow board's like something like way over here. Ugh. But still, the residual, I guess, where the frames used to be. Very propolis. Maybe I can scrape some of this propolis off and use it on the middle door. Just got to be like somewhere right here. So just within their frame area. That's going to be probably my most difficult task. Getting that door propolized, if at all possible. Yep, we've hit the middle door. What I'm going to do is probably, let me set this down. This down and this middle door down. This edge one down. And then when I pick that up, I can move it over. I feel a little disorganized because I really haven't gone into my hives for a month, and it's like, how to ride a bike. Do you remember how to do it? That's what it feels like. Hello, ladies. Oop, they got their stingers out. They stick their butts up in the air. Look at that. See how they stick their butts up in the air? And they stick their stingers out. It's almost like they're warning. You see that? That lady doing that? Get near me and I'll sting you. At least she's warning. How polite. Oh, it's actually such a warm day that this is coming away smooth. Smooth. Hello, ladies. I started to build a little bit of comb on the follower board. Not much. Everybody looks healthy. Everyone looks real healthy. That came up smoothly. These ladies are just chilling. Look at that blonde bee. Oh my gosh, I found this blonde drone that they were dragging out. Oh my gosh, these worker bees are super blonde. I am obsessing. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I found this blonde drone outside my hive the other day, and I'd never seen a honeybee that blonde before. It was the color of my other gloves that I have that are yellow. Look at this lady. There's a couple of them. Look, these two right here. Oh, they're blonde. The genetics in here have blonde. Oh my gosh, look at her. Oh my gosh, whatever genetics my new queen has, she's pushing out blonde bees. Oh gosh, I hope they make it. I hope they make it through winter. You guys are so beautiful. Look at that lovely, beautiful lady. Ah! Obsessed. Obsessed. I love all the genetic types of variations these bees. Like the dark ones, there's some that are like really striped. Like you can really see the stripes. I didn't know honeybees could be blonde though. That's a new concept to me. I thought they were all like, sort of like honey colored. And then I had amber colored bees this year. And then I had super dark bees this year that were called gray bees. They're very striped. And now I have blonde bees. Oh my gosh, they're all just so gorgeous. Sorry, I'm obsessing over the colors of the bees. It's so fun. So fun. All right, like I said, I don't want to tear up their hive too much because we are going into winter and I don't want to disturb them too much. These are super fat honeycomb. Look how fat that is. They don't have it filled. It's what they were connecting to the, this is old. Look at that blonde bee. Oh my goodness. She's got blonde genetics in here. Oh, I can't tell you how cool that is. All right, I see the middle door, and honestly, I'm not sure how I'm gonna shove enough propolis up under there, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna just move a couple of these frames this way, scrape off some of this propolis here, and maybe I can kind of just shove it into the door. I don't know. I might make it worse. I can't tell you. I can tell you the difference. I think I can tell the difference in the genetics because they don't seem to be super burr-combing, and the genetic difference between my last queen and this new queen. Is that eggs or larvae? I can't tell. The frames seem kind of deep, but they got good food and there's pollen on here. Now this queen is not marked. She's a new queen and I didn't want to mess with her, so I didn't mark her. Blonde bees. Oh, and there's a dark gray bee. So pretty. So stinking pretty. All the genetic differences in here is just, ugh. There's a newbie. Now you can tell the difference between the newbies and the blonde bees. Blonde bees are blonde. The newbies are also still blonde, but they have a silvery almost. They're almost like silver, if I could describe it that way. I need to catch the sun. Almost can see the whole door. Where they're really chewing on it is, I believe, let me go look at the front. Yeah, they're really chewing on the left side of the door. So I really need to kind of like really shove some propolis under there. Can you believe it's October and I'm sweating in a suit? Goodness. Excuse me, ladies. I'm not even really gonna bother looking for like brood, like really go at it because clearly they're doing really well. Sorry, excuse me. They have new bees coming out. So I know the queen is in here. She's good. Oh, I'm sorry. That lady, she didn't sting me, but she was like, "Why are you touching me?" Yeah, I don't want to bother them too much, take apart their hive too much, because they look like they've got it doing good. Food, food, food. Blonde bees. Oh my gosh. Imagine. That's so wild to me. I just hope they have enough. I'm gonna continue. I have Hive Alive fondant patties. I'm gonna put on this hive, and I would like to help my other hand, but I got this bee on me, and I come on down. You're making it harder for me, little girl. All right, this side looks like stores, food stores. They're doing good. Yeah, I don't have any doubt. I think they're doing great. There's a lot of ladies next to the door down there. Here, I'll show you. All right, so we got a lot of ladies. They're traversing from this side of the frames to this side since I moved them. But this is about underneath here is where they're digging. Let me put the phone down there. Maybe I can I get an idea of what that looks like? See, you see light coming through? Look at that. I don't want that. How do I discourage them from doing that? I can't believe they're digging underneath the door. Ugh. Now that I know like the extent of it, because I can actually see it from their side, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna uh-oh. When I see a lot of ladies flying around, I don't want to encourage any like robbing behavior. So let me quickly get this propolis. I gotta get out of this hive. Just because I think I hear some ladies fighting. The ladies look healthy. They look good. They look like they got food stores. I will continue to give them some Hive Alive fondant patties. Fatties. My bees are getting high. It's like, sorry, not funny. I'm gonna give them some Hive Alive fondant patties, and I'll probably continue to feed them for a little bit longer in this thing, and then I'll do that on Sunday when I do my dribble and close them up. That's when I'll decide, but I'll still continue to give them stores, food, and all that fun stuff. But that's it for Carol. Carol looks like she's doing good. Love whatever genetics this new queen made it to. Really hope they make it through winter. I really hope so. Because this is Sharon's genetics, and I freaking love Sharon. I love me some Sharon. Sharon's a great catch. I'm so glad that my friend Zach told me about that swarm. She survived a long, she was a spring swarm. She's a Maryland bee. She was born, bred, raised, winterized, through and through in Maryland. So she is used to the climate here, officially. If I can get this new bee through winter, she would also be considered a Maryland bee. All right, let's see if I can even get the door open. That's gonna be a hard one. These are cheapo doors, and it's one of the things I have learned about having this type of hive. Don't go cheap on your doors. Don't do it. Don't do it. Have good doors. I'll show you the damage that they've done, these naughty ladies. Look at that. They've chewed underneath here. They've chewed this. This is all painted. I know, lady. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is wild. Not good. It's the only hive that I have that seems to be doing this. Trying to dig under the door. And David, our master beekeeper for our Con Ed group, seems to think that it was because probably they saw light underneath of there at some point. Like the door didn't seal it all the way, and they just decided like to try and dig through it, you know? So we'll see if I can manipulate this. It is warm enough. Manipulate this into maybe blocking the door a little bit. It's like playing with Play-Doh, but really, really sticky Play-Doh, where there's live critters trying to like yell at you. How fun. It's like arts and crafts. Arts and crafts with bee glue. Hi. Welcome to Arts and Crafts with Bee Glue. I'm your host, Kelly, and we'll be playing Arts and Crafts with propolis. Oh my gosh, I did not expect myself to be sweating this much in October. It's definitely reached 80s. I've got sweat dripping in my eye. What do you guys think? I'll show you what it looks like. And hopefully it blocks enough of the door when I close it. All right, what do you think? There's a big wall of propolis right here. That's basically where they were digging. When I slide the door closed, hopefully it'll block the light. I hope. Now the challenge of getting the door back in. I think that might work. What I'm gonna do, let me check. We got a lot of ladies, and I don't know if they're all my hive or Carol's hive. Let me check how much light is now coming through this bottom door. Can you see light? I don't see a lot of light. It's a little bit peeping through, but it's not bad. We'll close it up. We'll call that and see how they do next year, I guess. Hopefully that's discouraged them from, yeah. All right. Let's get these ladies closed up. There seems to be a lot of activity, and I don't know if it's all of them, so I do see a little bit of fighting going on. All right, Carol's hive's done. Other than the oil trays, which I think I'm going to do all at the same time at the very end. I don't know if you can see me through here very well, but I literally have sweat on my eyelash. Today, should have worn the sweatband. I should have worn the sweatband today. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking it was October, and then I wasn't going to need it. That's what I was thinking. All right, I'm going to let them finish off that feed. I'm going to put this back on. This just sits across the top. And so the thing with this is I'm nervous about condensation. And I was reading about how to not, you know what's really crazy? I have never seen a long hive video. Somebody point this out to me. Like somebody, if you know of any like winterizing long hive videos out there on the internet, please let me know, because I haven't found a single like winterizing long hive video. I don't know if I'm doing this right. Like I said before in previous videos, there's only one person I know in our area that has long hives, and hers are a little bit different than this one. She puts that insulating thing kind of on top and puts a telescoping lid back on top, you know? So I'm just sort of basing it off of that, really. But I was reading that to make sure the water doesn't drip down on the bees, like condensate on the roof above them and drip down on top of them. You have to make the room, like the roofing above them, a little bit like warmer. The walls can be cooler. You still want some condensation in the hive because the bees will get thirsty even in the winter. So a little bit of water on the inside, on the walls, I think I'm okay with. You know, they can use that, they can harvest that. But I don't want the water dripping on them because a wet, cold bee in the winter is a dead bee. So I'm trying to make sure that the roof like stays like a roof of a house stays insulated, you know, reduces the release of heat out through the roof, I guess, so that they don't get condensated like and dripped on. So all right, that's it for Carol. I'm gonna do their trays a little bit later, but the door, knock on wood, hopefully that part's fixed. Let's move on to Sharon's hive. Okay, Sharon, Sharon, Sharon. Freaking love Sharon. Sharon, I freaking love you. Sorry. All right, Sharon's hive. I know. Actually, let me do my smoker real quick. That's good smoke. That's good smoke. It's got pine needles and some burlap. All right, woo, that is real good smoke. All right, so the front of Carol's hive. Sorry, Sharon's hive. The front of Sharon's hive looks like this. They seem to be active, probably because they are probably the most ones harvesting the sugar, what leftover sugar water on, you know, up by my house. They seem to have the most foragers in all three hives. So whenever there's a resource out, you know it's going to be them with the most activity. Sticking a little bit. Whew. Now, I did have some buckling that happened with this hive, so I had to have that one shaved down. Excuse me, can you hold this, Carol? Carol, can you hold this? Thank you, Carol. Whenever I put food in here, it's gone. I put in this like 24 hours ago. Gone. They are the most active when it comes to taking down that sugar water. They don't play around. I actually had to put a rock on the top of this. There's no sugar water. Look at them. Look at them down there. Trying to just get the remnants of what they can. But basically, I look at them, look for phoretic mites while they're crawling along the top of this like this. Look at them all. Look at them all. They're coming up top, these crazy ladies. Oh my gosh. And then they had so many bodies, like bees, coming up to the top to get all the sugar water that they would literally move the little cup and move it so that they were able to get underneath of it. And I was like, I can't do that. Look, there's a stupid yellow jacket. I'll kill you. Okay. Ladies, this isn't gonna work. Oh, God. Ha! I think I made it. Ha. Good gracious. Okay, my hive tools are now stuck together due to Carol's propolis. One thing I know for sure is they're gonna have some dead over here because that's their norm. I don't know what it is. They don't like to take their dead out the front door for some reason. I don't know why. Carol's hive just likes to dump them on the side of the follow board. It's alarming when you first see how many dead are on this side of the follow board if you didn't know this hive. So from experience, from learning my hive, I just had sweat actually go in my eye. I have come to realize that this is their norm. Like, this looks alarming if you didn't know this hive. If you didn't know that they dump their dead on this side of the floorboard, this would be scary. But I know their personality now, and I know that this is what they do. So, oh, I actually got sweat in my eyebrow. This is what we're gonna do. Okay, so now that we've done that, that was a goal for Sharon's hive. Honestly, now that I've done that, I really just don't want to even go in. The last time I came in here, they were doing really good, and I don't know. Due to, like, I think there's a lot of ladies, like, up top, you know what I mean? And I don't want to encourage robbing stuff happening. Look at that. Propolis is like caramel. Look at these beautiful ladies. Sharon's hive has a good mixture of, like, those, like, the amber colored bees, but also those dark, like, vividly striped bees, you know? Wow, they have bees all the way to the edge here. All the way. They got their little butts up. Warning, warning. Yeah, they got capped food all the way to the edge here. Look at that. See if I can get up close. Let me take off the... There we go. Look at that. Lots of wet capped stores here. Honestly, seen what I needed to see. They look like they're doing fantastic. Got a lot of food, looks like. They're not playing around when it comes to that crap. Here, let me move one. I'll move one frame. The fact that they have food all the way to the edge, I don't want to honeybound them either, you know what I mean? Ooh, that's sticky. Stick. Catch the sun. Yeah, they got lots and lots of food. Lots and lots of food. Catch the sun. They get still some open cells, so still some open, polished looking cells. Food on the side, same story. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother them. Parents hive I've never really had any concerns about. They got it covered. All right. Again, I'm gonna do the oil trays all at the same time. It's gonna take me a long time because I have to take each oil tray away to dump it. Somewhere where I don't mind killing the shrubbery, because the vegetable oil will kill, like, so I gotta look for some weeds. Gotta look for some weeds I'd like to kill. So, and then I put it there, and then I'll have to wash them out, hose them out, and come on, baby. Hose it out, and then put them back in. So it might be a hot minute. I don't need to record that. Just know that the oil trays are grody. I'll give you a scene. I'll give you a look see at how grody the oil trays are. Nice and snug. Love to see it. Love to see that. Look at all these ladies trying to get in here because they smell the sugar. I have no feed to give them today, so they're gonna have to wait. I don't know what to tell you, ladies. This is not the sugar you seek. Woo, that is good smoke. I forgot to put my insulation back on. Look, you ladies are distracting me. Okay, I gave you guys the opportunity to get out. All right, if you want to see what the oil trays look like, I'm a little nervous actually about doing this because there's so many ladies flying around. It makes me feel bad every time they get stuck in an oil tray because they die nearly immediately. All right, so here is one of the oil trays. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Just pulling out both. Let's see, you'll see there's mold. Oh, there's a small hive beetle. Just crawled around the side. Dang, I missed it. But yes, it's kind of grody. I don't like it. You see that? Gross. No, 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 no. Don't like it. Oh, baby. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, let me close this up. She's gonna die. I don't want to kill my bees. So I'm gonna have to be real careful when I do this part and clean the oil trays out. My little ladies. I don't want to kill my ladies. All right, let's do Miss Lee's hive. Miss Lee, you guys haven't seen in a hot minute because my phone died last time. So I don't know when the last time you guys saw Miss Lee. It's probably been like 2 months. I'm not sure, but let's go on Miss Lee's hive. Miss Lee's hive looks like, let's see how active they are. That is Miss Lee's hive. They are still very active. If you've noticed, I closed down all of the hives. They only have maybe a ½ inch gap. That's why, like, there's a bit of a traffic jam at the front of each one of these hives. But I've closed them down to about ½ inch gap. Enough for maybe one bee to fit through or on top of each other. But I don't want mice and I don't want robbing. So, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like the robbing screens. They kind of messed up the front of the hive. And I'm gonna be honest with you, when I took the robbing screens away, I can't explain this. All I can say is that I really felt like the bees were joyful to have their landing boards back. To have a landing board they could go get on instead of struggling to get into the doors. Yeah, I felt that. All right, here we go. They're almost done with this, with their sugar syrup. But this is another one I had to put a rock on because they would just totally fill up the top of this cup and their bodies would move the cup out of the way and then they would fit underneath of this. No, lady. Just on my glove. So I had to put a rock on top of this. A small rock just to keep it down. Before I have a situation where they're getting in here. Let me close that up. Ah, they found the sugar. Man, they don't play. They don't play around. Here, I'm going to close that up. They still have a little bit left. The top of that one. All right, I did have some buckling with these boards as well. So I actually had to have Wendell, poor Wendell, shave down these boards like 3 times. I was like, can you take a 1/4 inch off? Can you take a 1/4 inch off? Wait, can you take another 1/4 inch off? Yeah. All right. We got some ladies on the side. Wow, they're only 8 frames, so they're like somewhere like right here. They're right on the edge. But there's a lot of mold in this middle tray specifically where where like their frames were before I condensed it all. And it's just, yeah, they're still doing that. Got a lot of ladies in the little door slot on this side. They better not be chewing through the doors. This is Carol. This is Carol's hive. So the original ladies that were in Carol's hive are now in this hive. And their demeanor was to chew through the door. So if this hive starts doing that, I would not be surprised. How about that? How about that? This door slid open super easy. I'm looking at them and there's no chewing and there's no misbehaving. So let me close that door back up. Love having those sliding doors. Now that's a nice door. Don't use leftover, I don't know what we used. Sign aluminum sign. Don't do that. Get nice doors. Lot of mold. Here, I'll show you guys what I can see through the screen. It's pretty grody. You see all that mold? Nasty. It's almost bluish. We could probably make penicillin out of it. It's pretty grody. Oh, look at that. That's gross. Yeah, we're gonna, this side over here is not that bad. It's got a little bit of mold near the front of this area, but it's not that bad. I'm probably just gonna do the whole, like, just clean the whole thing out, just wash it out. Give them fresh oil going into winter and call it good. I got the sniffles, but their hive doesn't have the attitude of dropping their dead on the wrong side of the follow board. I don't know why, like, I guess they all have different personalities. Some hives just have, like, the propensity to do that. I don't know, but that's what they do. Excuse me. This hive is so small that they're just barely being able to use this. They're a tiny, tiny hive. So what I'm gonna do is take them. Excuse me, ladies. Move them over here. There is a couple of dead bees that got stuck in their ring. That happens sometimes. Don't get close. There we go. Ah, that was so neat. Not a lot of ladies trying to freak out. Oh, we got small hive beetles. Let's see about that. We got some small hive beetles. I hear the small hive beetles. This is my first year, so this is my first time experiencing this. But from what I hear, this year in Maryland, the small hive beetles are intense as opposed to other years. Apparently, this year has been quite the worst year I hear for small hive beetles. And I'm hearing that from, like, seasoned beekeepers in this area. So I really feel like my oil trays actually help out so much with that. And some of the mold actually might be from, like, their dead bodies, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's a possibility that that's where the mold is coming from. But I think having oil trays really helped me out not get as many. Like, I feel that way for sure. So apparently they were really bad. A lot of people suffered with them, and some people lost their hives due to small hive beetle infestations. So just looking at the ladies. These ladies don't have as big as hive as the other ones. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little worried about these ladies making it through winter. I feel like if I'm gonna lose a hive, it might be this hive. Although, I mean, they look strong. Can you see them? I don't know if you could see how many bees are resting on the top of this hive from that angle. But look how many bees are just up at the top here. That's a lot of bees. That's a decent amount of bees. I mean, Carol's hive is a survivor. She also was a. Sorry, I shouldn't say Carol. She's not Carol anymore. She's Miss Lee. She was Carol. She's now Miss Lee. Miss Lee is a queen that did make it through winter. She has been seasoned. This will be her second winter that she's going through. So she and her ladies already have that sort of survival instinct. So truthfully, I am worried, but I can't give up on them. You know what I mean? Like, I really feel like if anybody could do it in a small hive, it'll be this. It'll be Miss Lee. All the ladies look super healthy. They're very calm. They're very calm. I might break one, just this one. There's just like when Miss Lee was in Carol's hive. She is a laying fiend. Like, she always had a super crowded colony, and it seems like she has not changed. They are still the same. She definitely knows what she's doing in regards to laying brood. I'm looking at this side. It looks like all resources. Yeah, they have resources up into the edge. The last time I came in and when I was looking at this hive, it was half brood, half resources. She's probably stopped laying so much since these cold, cold nights, despite it being warm today. But they might have filled some of this with food. But I do know Carol really likes to lay brood. Sorry, I keep calling her Carol. Miss Lee! She's Miss Lee now. Oh, I'm sorry, lady. Sorry. Oh, several ladies on my hand. This is actually really heavy. Lots of food. Lots of, I would say nectar, but it's probably sugar water that I've been feeding them. Lots and lots of wet nectar. Can you see this? All those cells, even the open cells, are filled to the brim with, quote, nectar. Other side is also wet nectar. Capped, some open. I would probably have to get all the way down to here if I were to see any sort of brood, if she has any at all. Guys, I'm not worried about this one. I'm not worried. I don't want to mess with too much because this is the end. You can't lose your queen, so I don't want to mess with them too much. We are down to the final. Oh, I see it. A couple ladies fighting on top. But yeah, guys, that's it. That was my quick checkup on the ladies. I'm going to now figure out the trays. Let me check my to-do list. Make sure I did all the to-do lists. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't mark my frames. That's one thing I forgot to do, is mark my frames with 24 to know the frames that I was using for this year. Oh well, that's okay. That is okay. It is what it is. It's not so bad. All right, let's close her up and call it a day. I'm got the sniffles from my cold and I'm coughing, and it's Halloween, so kids are going trick-or-treating later today. And I feel like I almost have to wash my face again due to how much sweat I got dripping down. October, huh? Here's my coughing sound. It's my Halloween coughing scary sound. Ready? Perfect. Perfect. All right, Dad, I love you all the time, every day. I'll keep you posted on all of this. I might be posting this video a little bit later because it is fall and I am a photographer, and fall is the busiest time for photographers. So, but I promise I will post it. I love you. This is how I am winterizing my hives. After the dribble, closing it up with the same type of insulation. Doors closed as much as they are, about a ½ inch. And that's it. That's what I'm doing for winterizing my long langs. So anyways, Dad, love you all the time, every day. I'll see you next time. Bye. This is Carol's oil trays in order. And you can see the one closest to the door where they enter. Super grody. Yeah, they really, you don't have to put much oil. It's not like it needs a lot of oil to kill all the small hive beetles. It doesn't need a lot. But this one definitely needs to get cleaned. Oh gosh, that's disgusting. All right, so this is what's going back into Carol's hive. As clean as I could get it, spraying it off with a hose. No more mold. Fresh, clean oil. That is not mixing with the water, but that's okay. This goes back in Carol's hive.